Do you remember when we were all kids, we used to go to a local kiosk to buy the most amazing gaming magazines ever? Hey you! Welcome to my video! We're going to be discussing a very special type of gaming magazine. So back in the past, we had gaming magazines, and today retro gaming magazines have started to come across all over the globe. However, one magazine I have been missing was Indie Games magazine. Well, I got you covered. Thank you to the awesome people at Debug. Indie games finally get their own voice, their own place to display all the indie games in the form of a magazine and future demo discs. Let's have a look why this magazine is so amazing. Two awesome companies are behind this. The people from Wave Game Studios and Sega Powered Magazine have come together to make a wonderful birth child of indie games. Well, Indie Game Magazine rather said. So these games are not published by any of the big AAA companies, and instead they're standalone gaming companies, which we know as indie devs or indie developers. Some of these games have also been featured in the homebrew scene. Now, I don't like to use the word homebrew because sometimes there's a bit of a bad reputation. Homebrew means less quality. Why that's not true. Let's dig right into Debug, the very first issue. So as you can see, the magazine is welcomed with this gorgeous view. Now, this is Viewfinder. This is like a very cool puzzle game. So I'm going to be guiding what this magazine has. Now, Debug has some really amazing articles, beautiful artwork of each of the games, reviews of what they think about the game, creative British humor, which we need in magazines. I think everyone should have a taste of British humor. Also, we have some very beautiful articles like the top 10 indie games or the indie game starter kit, which we can take a better look there. There's also interviews with some of my favorite developers, including Alistair from Low Tech Studios and other awesome developers like George Backer or Matt Stark, who made the game Viewfinder. So Debug is a full-fledged gaming magazine, what you can expect back from the 90s or early 2000s to now. Now that you have Edge, but it's not like Debug because Debug only focuses 100% on indie games. So indie games can come on all sorts of platforms. They come on retro platforms like the Mega Drive, Dreamcast, N64, Neo Geo, Game Boy Advance, or modern platforms like PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, Steam, or other gaming platforms that I haven't mentioned in this video. You got this beautiful here. I just love how the magazine is presented, how clean the style looks, and how it showcases the beautiful artwork of each and single game that's presented. I mean, the thing is about these magazines, and this is a warning, you'll get introduced to brand new games that I never knew existed, that you never knew existed, because the indie scene can be sometimes very small or some games are rather obscure. But that's why I love these games, because once I see a beautiful article, because I'm a real sucker for images. Like seriously, there's one game that really blew my mind away, and it's this one right here. I didn't know it existed. I had no idea Valfaro's Mechatherion was a real game. I'm like, what? So yeah, little warning, hold on to your wallet, because when you start reading about all these incredible indie games, your wallet's gonna start crying, worse than the Steam special offer sale. Well, maybe not as bad, but yes. So if you need that indie itch, if you want to have a place to read about indie games and indie developers, Debug is the magazine for you. This is issue 1, and I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 because of presentation, humor, how the games come across, and just because it's so awesome. You can wait and look forward to issue 2 coming out on the 7th of July in 2023. Let me know in the comments below if you have this magazine and what you enjoyed of Debug. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!